Luxury handbag YouTubers are lying to you. They're not who they present themselves to be. They don't love the products they show you. As a luxury YouTuber myself, I am here to tell you the truth about why we lie to you every day in every video. Stay tuned. Hi YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about luxury living, from high-end luxury handbags and small goods to the everyday luxuries of life. If that sounds interesting to you, please make sure you subscribe, click the bell notification icon to be notified when I post new videos, and be sure to like the videos that you enjoy. And one of the perks of subscribing to my channel is you get to see my community posts on your YouTube homepage, where I post deals, discount codes, sales, and rare finds related to these beautiful things we love. So here's how this video started. I recently did a vlog sale here on my YouTube channel. As happens in just about every vlog sale that I do and many other YouTubers do, I got complaints about it. This time I only got one, and it was that someone asked, do you buy just to resell? Which is a very common complaint that YouTubers get when they unbox something on their channel and love it, and then some time passes and you see them selling it. This is not an abnormal thing, but people complain to luxury YouTubers about it all the time. We also get lots of complaints about other things we do that are perfectly common, but for some reason people find fault in us for them, where they don't find fault in others for doing the same thing. Why is that? In this video, I'm going to first go through some of the complaints that we get that are pretty common, that are things lots of people do, but nobody complains about unless it's us. And then we'll talk about my theories about why that happens based on expectations of YouTubers and how it is that we end up lying to you all the time. Let's get started. First complaint we get, you buy just to resell. I would ask, do you think that anytime anyone else sells anything else that they own? For example, when you see someone having a garage sale, do you think that all the things they're selling are things they only bought to resell? Or you're reselling that for too much, I know how much you paid for it? My response would be, do you think that when anyone else sells something else that they own? For example, a house. Let's say you own a house and you bought it for $100,000, but time has passed and now it's worth $400,000. If you expect a luxury handbag YouTuber to sell something for what they paid or very close to it, and not try to get as much as they can when the value of that item has increased, well, does that mean you would sell your house for $100,000, maybe $120,000, when it's worth $400,000? I didn't think so. So why is it a problem when a YouTuber sells a handbag for more than they paid? We hear people telling us they're disappointed that we're selling something we previously said we love. Have you never changed your mind about anything that you've purchased? And why are you so disappointed when someone is selling something that they paid for that belongs to them? Why do you care that much? Why are you that invested in someone else's possessions and what they do with them? We hear, you buy just to buy. Well, so what if we do? It's our money. Why do you care how we spend it? And if you think we shouldn't be buying something, why are you projecting your own values, your own habits, your own rules on us, on anyone else? Especially when you're still watching the videos. You buy just for content. We hear that a lot. So what if we do? Isn't that the point of YouTube? We have channels that are all about handbags, so we need to show you handbags. You don't want to see the same couple of bags all the time. You'd get bored with that pretty quickly, and so would we. So the point of our channel is to show lots of bags. It can be entertaining, but it's also informative. That's certainly what I go for on my channel. So what's the problem with that? We also hear, especially when we've returned more than one handbag, like in the entire lifetime of our channel, well, you buy things just to show them on the channel and then return them. Either way, we're still showing you handbags. And again, that's the point of the handbag channels that you've chosen to watch. You can't really have it both ways, right? You can't tune in for the handbag content and then complain that we're showing handbags. And then people start saying, you're just doing it for the money. Your channel has grown and now you have a big head. YouTube is a lot of work. People who don't do YouTube oftentimes don't understand that. And you can hear us say that over and over again, but until you're actually doing it, you don't realize how very many hours go into each video. It is a lot of work. And don't people deserve to be paid for work, even if it's work they enjoy, and even if it's work about frivolous things like handbags? You're just making videos to get free stuff. Hey, free stuff is nice, wouldn't you? But I would point out that most of us are very selective about the free stuff we accept and agree to make videos about. We are bombarded with offers. I get many every day, and most of us choose things that are relevant to our channels, things we think you'll enjoy, and things we think we would enjoy too. For example, I've been approached approached by many a handbag company, but I've only ever chosen to work with 2 of them. I've also been approached by many jewelry companies that want to send me free jewelry, but I have never worked with any of them until recently. There's one I'm about to work with. You'll see that video soon, unless it's already up. So I know I'm very selective with who I work with and what products I share with you, and I know at least in my YouTube friend group, those people tend to be very selective as well. You're showing us the same things as everybody else. I'm so tired of seeing the same thing from everybody. Well, that goes back to my response to the previous comment, and that is, of all the offers we get, there are only a few that are really relevant and really quality, and it's the same companies that approach each of us in this luxury YouTube space. So we end up selecting the same offers, the best and most relevant offers. You're just making videos for the views and the subscribers. Isn't that the point of YouTube? Growing your channel by making content that people want to watch, you hope, is a strategic business decision for the business that is YouTube and having a YouTube channel. Once you start thinking about YouTube as a job, because it is, that means you start being more intentional with the content you put out. You pay attention to the data just like any other job, and you try to provide what your customers are telling you they want. And that data comes from the view counts of previous videos you put out. So you look to see what's been most successful. In our space, that's very often unboxings, and you continue to do those to see more positive results and to see overall growth. That's what any business does. Since you're selling these things you claim to love so much, you're clearly not thinking very deeply about them. You need to be more intentional with your purchases. Okay, first of all, you're telling us how to spend our own money. We can do whatever we want with it. And you're assuming that we're not being intentional and not putting thought into the purchases, when most of us absolutely are. But even if we weren't, that doesn't matter. Because it's our money, we can spend it how we want. And just liking something and buying it on a whim is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We don't have to justify our purchases to anyone. The title of your video is clickbait. Well, if you talk about what's in the title at any point in the video, even for a short amount of time, it is not clickbait. Clickbait is where you have a title that has nothing to do with what you talk about in the video. What many of us do instead, because clickbait is not a good thing, and YouTube can give you problems for it, what we do instead is make clickable titles that'll get people to click on the video, to get people watching it, hopefully get people interested to stick around and listen to what you have to say. I try to do that with every video because that's what helps grow our channels, and that is what we need to do to have channels that are more successful and to make our work more worth it, not just financially, but to reach more people. Why spend the time making videos if nobody's gonna watch? For example, in this video, I haven't yet talked to you about how we lie to you, but I will get to it. Don't you worry. Okay, so that's a list of the complaints that I've heard directed at me and directed at other YouTubers. So my question is, why do people care so much, and why do we get those complaints that other people doing very similar things in other realms outside luxury handbags? Why are people not so upset at those people, but they are so upset with us? And I think what it comes down to, and please do give me your opinion in the comment section below, because this is just my theory, this is what goes through my head. I think it all comes down to the expectations that some viewers have of us as YouTubers, particularly in this luxury handbag space. Those who complain that we're doing it as a business, we're doing it to make money, we're doing it for views and subscribers. I think where that comes from is that they're expecting us just to do these handbag videos for fun because we enjoy it. And it is fun, and we do enjoy it, even though it's also work. And most of us, I think, do start our channels doing it just for fun and not expecting to make money, not thinking of it as a job. But as we do more videos, we invest more time, we invest more money into equipment and trying to improve the quality of our videos, we start realizing, and take the handbags out for a second, how expensive it is to do YouTube well, but then also how very time consuming it is and how much work it is. And again, that goes back to the point of people deserve to be paid for work that they do, even if it's fun and even if it's frivolous. And going along with that, I think most of our viewers have an expectation that we will be authentic and honest with our viewers. And I think to some degree that is a fair expectation. But I would also caution people to keep in mind that what we do is advertising. There's a reason we're called influencers. And I think most of us are honest, but sometimes we run into a bit of a conflict of interest when we've agreed to promote a product, but we may find some fault with it. There are going to be people or times when some YouTubers may withhold negative information because they don't want to discourage you from buying something because it could result in them losing money or losing out on a future partnership with the business they're working with. And we walk a fine line there, and that's where things can get a little muddy. But that's one of the reasons we are required to tell you when our videos are sponsored. In the upload process on YouTube, there is a place in that process to check if your video is sponsored, and then YouTube puts a little thing up here in the corner that says it's a sponsored video. Same thing with affiliate links. When we have a link below that is an affiliate link, and that means you click the link, you go buy something, we get a small percentage of your sale. It's like a little commission. We are required by the government to put a little disclaimer down there too that lets you know that some of our links are affiliate links. None of that equals dishonesty, but again, the waters can be muddied a little bit there. I think another expectation that people may have of us luxury YouTubers is, since we are making videos and we are sharing things with you, hundreds of people or thousands of people, that there's an expectation not only that we're authentic and honest about it, but also maybe an expectation of consistency. So if we say we love a bag when we unbox it, you expect that we're still gonna love it later. That's just not reality though. We are still human beings, and people change their minds. Everyone does. We're allowed to do that. It's okay. And to those people who do have a problem with that, I would say, well, you better not ever get divorced, because when you get married, generally you stand up in front of your closest family and friends and you declare your love for this other person. So don't get divorced, because then you changed your mind about something you told other people you love. It's a similar thing. Sometimes things don't work out between people, right? Well, sometimes things don't work out between a person and their handbag either. And really, again, we shouldn't feel like we have to explain ourselves. If we change our mind, it's our stuff that we paid for. We're allowed to change our minds, and it really shouldn't matter what the reason is. Although I do understand, for informational purposes, letting you know so that you have more information if you're considering that bag. What I think all this really comes down to though, in people's expectations of us, is personal connections. Because we get comments all the time where people say, I love your channel, and it feels like I'm just sitting down talking with a friend. I think that happens for a few reasons. First of all, our videos do tend to be very conversational. We tend to be very casual and relaxed in this handbag community space. We're also filming in a personal space. Typically we're filming from our home, from our bedroom or our living room or our closet. So it doesn't feel so sterile. It doesn't feel like it's an advertisement. Not that every one of our videos is, but I think all those things contribute to people feeling differently about luxury YouTubers than they do about YouTubers in a lot of other spaces. I also think, I've observed this from personal experience with a couple of viewers, that there are some people who develop unhealthy personal relationships with us, where they think we're closer to each other than we really are, because you get to know us, but a lot of people forget that we don't get to know you. Even if you're commenting on every video for years, we really know very little about you, and we never get to see you. I remember getting a comment, or maybe it wasn't me, it might have been someone else, but someone commented a few years ago that it seems like luxury YouTubers in this handbag space become friends with each other, but not friends with their subscribers, and they were complaining about that. But the answer to that is very simple. It's just like with you guys feeling personal connections to us. We're able to see the other YouTubers, and you learn a lot more that way through videos than you do from a comment, from a couple of sentences from people here and there. It's much easier to get a sense of who someone is when you can see them and hear their voice and hear their intonations and see the space they're in. So when you combine the expectations that some viewers have of us, and then you look at the complaints we get from those people, I think what it comes down to is that some people feel lied to and betrayed when, for example, we say we love a bag and then decide to sell it. And they feel like we're being inauthentic with them because they weren't there for the process between buying the bag or unboxing the bag and then selling it. They weren't there to see how the bag didn't work out. So it comes as a surprise when last they heard you loved something and now you're getting rid of it. And that can come across as us being inauthentic or liars, when in reality what it's about, in my opinion, is that some people have expectations of us and perhaps don't think deeply enough about us being human beings that exist outside of our videos, don't consider that there's a lot more that goes on in our lives, and that we have the right to make whatever decisions we want to make, whether that's with our handbags, our money, our relationships, or anything else, just like you have the right to do those things. So what do you think about all this? I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comment section below. And also be sure to check out my affiliate links, because this video took a lot of time and I could use some compensation for it. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I hope to see you back here next time, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.